Good afternoon, folks. Happy Tuesday.
Howdy.
How was everybody's weekend? I hope it was good. We hope you made it back on Monday.
Okay, so listen, real quick.
I like the good old days when we went out Friday, never made it back to Monday.
Yeah, sometimes week past Monday.
You ain't kidding.
Okay, so here's what the deal is. We're going to be doing at least two, possibly a third show. One's going to be topical, just ordinary news, bullshit, that sort of thing.
Current events, people.
The other one's going to be political. Whether you're political or not, whether you like politics or whatever, I really encourage you to just watch the first minute or two of it. It's going to be totally nonpartisan, okay, except for the last 10 or 15 minutes of it, in which case I'll give you my opinion. But other than that, we're going to use absolutely central news. And by that I mean we're going to be using other countries' news, such as Sky News
watch
from
what
Australia.
we're doing over here.
And because they have no skin in the game. It's they have nothing to win or lose by what they say about us. It's just you're going to really see what other countries actually think of us. And then I'll give you my view at the end. I'm generally not partisan to begin with. I just want the best person in there. Unfortunately,
we're
right now
independent,
I can't find a Democrat who's good to be in there. That's to be honest with you. But that's besides the point. And then the third show is going to be more of an entertainment type show where we're going to try to introduce you to some entertainment, that we had.
We're entertainers
through our lives, Well, yeah, we'll do a song or two because, like as you can see behind me, I got my guitar sitting there.
Yeah, we're gonna hit the studio. We're gonna do a song. We'll record a song for you.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. So let's start today. This particular show is going to be one of the topicals. It's going to be our first topical where
current events. People.
There really won't be any political stuff going on. And I'm going to even try to avoid headline news that's political.
Some very sad shit that's going on.
So let's start off with, I'm going to let my buddy over here take it because he's got a little more information on the story we're going to do right now.
Yes, talk about the DOE, which I work for, by the way. And there was a story a couple of years ago where the executives of some of the departments on the DOE, like food services, for one. There's story about the kids in the schools. They accepted tainted food for bribery, put money in their pocket.
Yeah, the administration.
From the executives, right? From companies like one across Texas and other places where they had bad food and selling it cheap to them and putting the rest in their pockets. In their pockets.
With the profit.
And the kids were getting sick eating the food in schools.
Now imagine that. We expect our kids to do well in school. How can they do well if they don't feel well?
Right. They're not getting the right protein, that's for sure.
I mean, just think about that. That's crazy.
Right. So now there's somebody in the office that happened to see this. And
my neck.
So he leaked it. He called because investigators that go around the schools apparently went to him. So he leaked it. He called to have an investigation. They came. Instead of investigating the executives, they went after him.
Yeah.
And it's all proven. It's right here in facts. I got the facts right here. I got English cards. I'm getting professional.
But I tell you, now what that tells me is that whoever's trying to protect, whoever's going after this guy for whistleblowing is trying to protect the outfit. And chances are they're lining their pockets as well. That's the first thing.
That's just an opinion, man.
If you're trying to protect something, there's a reason.
You don't go after the whistleblower.
Yeah, you're not protecting it because, and I used this term before, and I don't mean to reuse it, but because you don't have skin in the game. Okay, you only protect things because it benefits you to do so.
Right. You don't go after the whistleblower.
Yeah.
But what they did was they tried to ruin this man's reputation, his character. They even brought him up on charges of sexual harassment. That's all there right there, all facts, what they say.
That's insane.
Now that's insane. It's right. I mean, the poor man, he probably went a whole year being investigated, which I pretty much know something about, but we'll get to that down the road.
Yeah.
But anyway, this man, the whistleblower, had to pay the price. But now, in the long run, the executives just got, they got caught. They went to trial. Yeah. One of them now is going for 20 years plus, I hope.
But he should, and he deserves every second of it.
Every minute.
You're talking about people's children.
Children. And not even that, here's the best on the side. And he has children, but they're not in public schools or in private schools eating good food.
Well, that's another thing. Don't let that go. Go to the charter thing later that you were
talking about. Charter schools, right.
When you're done with this, let me know. We'll go straight into that.
Well, there you go. I mean, that's... Now, these are the people. Now, of course, there's other people involved. And, of course, I'm trying to get them and go after them, too. And I do pray and I hope this whistleblower got his life back. I mean, you'll never really get your life back, but because how long it was taken away for him when it should not have been.
Well, okay, so now I'm
But he will get his life back.
I'm going to get a little real here, okay? And people are not going to like what I'm going to say, and I'm kind of all right with that.
But it's a real shame.
Let's
But this is how they work.
let's talk about these charter schools and that sort of thing. So you go into that, and then I'm going to start giving my opinion on it.
Right. The charter schools. Now here's the best part. They just came out with a data and all that stuff. Now the Democrats and the liberals, they want you to believe that charter schools are not good for the minority. Well, I got news for you. The statistics are right there. Blacks, Hispanics, true. They went up.
Yep.
They had 8th graders taking 11th and 12th grade tests
That's right.
and passed.
And yet, if you go public school, the reverse is true. 8th graders taking 3rd and 4th grade
There
tests.
you go. 40% of education dropped in public school.
Now I got
40.
I've been pretty quiet, so I'm going to jump in here for a second.
With the charter schools now, people.
You got to give me a minute or two because I'm
Go ahead.
really I'm about to lay into some teachers
But,
here.
but you got that,
And
right?
a lot of people
Charter
aren't going to
schools
like
went
what
up.
I'm saying. So when you're dealing with public schools in
Beautiful.
general, what you're dealing with is not the creme de la creme of your teaching faculties, okay?
Not like what we
And
were.
I'm not saying that they can't or that they aren't good. I'm saying that they don't try. Okay, that's what I'm saying. The public school,
Excuse me.
Randy Weingarten,
Look at the nut.
you know, all of these things put together are just more involved with the idea of power than they are in teaching kids. And they can tell you, oh, and if you want a classic example is how you're hearing about how they're all our kids and they're all this. That's a
No,
bunch
they're
of
not.
crap, okay? And
Right.
this even goes to parents. And I'm a parent, so I can tell you this is a
Sorry,
fact.
I got 3.
The one thing
Right.
no one has ever heard me turn around and say is how special my kids are, how amazing my kids are, how, you know,
Nope.
I mean, I might have said it over one thing that they did. I'll give you a great example. So my son was probably about 5 or 6. He's 18 now. And my daughter, probably about 10. And we were walking by a place called the Asphalt Site on 90th Street. And they looked down and they saw a wallet. And their first thought, in the wallet, they picked it up. In the wallet was a $100 bill. Their first thought wasn't, let's go spend the $100 bill. Their first thought was, look to see who the wallet was and get it back to them. And it turned out, luckily enough, it was a classmate of my daughter whose knapsack had just been robbed.
Oh,
You know, and they just threw, like, I guess they threw the knapsack in the garbage, and the wallet just happened to fall to the side.
wow.
So I was really proud of them, and to me, I find that sort of thing amazing. I
Right.
think that's fantastic.
I would be proud too.
Yeah, you know, that's different. But
Sure.
I'm saying that the problem today that we have with kids in general
Oh,
is
geez.
that for about 10 or 15, maybe 20 years now, we've had parents telling kids that they're smarter than the adults. And that's created a huge rift.
Oh, you
a
ain't
huge
kidding.
rift in kids' attitudes, in the way they
Respect.
they respect or deal with adults. And there is a difference between kids and adults. It's just the way it is. I'm sorry. You know, like, so getting to that, let's bypass that. The difference between charter schools and public schools is public schools, about 80% of your teachers, now I use the term 80%,
About that.
will
I would say
get
that.
into it for summers off and the holidays and that sort of thing. And they'll tell you, no, we love the children, we love all the children. Bullshit.
We don't
okay?
love the children.
You have 2 or 3 pets that you really like in the class. Come on, let's talk honest, okay? Let's stop.
Yeah,
this
sure. We're
bullshit,
here for honesty, people.
Okay.
That's what we
So
are.
you have 2 or 3 kids per class maybe that you really, really like, and there's probably 3 or 4 kids that you absolutely can't stand. Okay, so
There's a lot.
I was one of those kids. Okay, I was one of the kids that the teachers couldn't stand. I get it. Well, some teachers. The cooler ones actually really liked me, but neither here nor there.
I was
Anyway.
loved, I don't know.
No, seriously. So when it comes to charter schools, it's a little different because they're treated differently. And by that, I don't mean better. I mean actually worse.
Worse.
Okay?
Right, not better.
They're held to a higher standard because it's a different tuition factor involved. So, you know, right now, a lot of teachers will tell you, oh, it's my calling. It's this. Military is no different, okay? And I do. Jack Reacher kind of put it best, and he said there's like
Yeah.
there's like three types of people who go into the military. One is people who are, like it's family, their family's been in it, very honorable. Two is people who really want to
Love their country.
There's four kinds of people.
One who really love their country.
Two are just people who are absolutely patriotic, love their country. Three are people who can't get a job, and four is the people who just want a legal way to kill somebody, and that's kind of what it comes down to. And that kind of applies to teachers. No, it's absolutely true.
I know, that's why.
And that applies to teachers as well, okay? Teachers, you probably have three of them. You have the ones who go into it for the right reasons.
That want to teach and educate our children.
Yeah, ones who go into it for the summers and weekends off, and ones who go into it for the job security factor. Right. And I'm being nice in the way I put that, by the way. Unfortunately, the ones with the security factor are the public schools. So those kids end up getting the worst end of the deal.
Yes.
And I sent my kids to public schools, so I know.
Yes, we all do.
My daughters went to, my one daughter went to Catholic school for a little while, and we ended up putting her back in public school because it just wasn't the right thing for us. But even the public school was insanely ridiculous.
It was. I have mine in there.
In terms of it was like babysitters. They weren't even they weren't even teachers. They were babysitters. Glorified.
That's pretty much today. They drop their kids off. They don't care.
So they're talking about charter schools. Charter schools will always have better grades. They have to, because their teachers are held to a performance standard.
Right.
Okay, where public schools aren't. Public schools are unionized. No, it's true.
I know it is.
And so their job is protected through tenure. Okay. So you're always going to have that issue. Charter is always going to be just that much
better. And even the kids that were in
better.
shelters and everything, and look how fast they learn and what they learn, thanks to what my brother's saying here about the teachers.
Okay, so now let's get on to the next one. The next one I want to bring up is this shooter that was driving a scooter through
Brooklyn,
right? Brooklyn.
Oh my God, help us all.
Well, they said that again, I hate when people use the term they, okay? So when I say they, I mean that the media reported, I'll do it the right way. The media reported that this person had been in trouble with the law multiple times, had a bad background and so forth, but because laws were so lax, he was out running around. In the interim, he shot, I believe it's 3 people he injured and one he killed.
Right, one day.
The one dead was an 87-year-old man.
Yes, God rest his soul.
And this was just, you got to stop and think, what's going through this guy's mind? Where's his mental state? What is he thinking?
Who would drive around on a scooter?
Drive around and just think to take somebody's life.
No apparent reason.
I'll be honest with you, okay? And I'm being really serious when I say this. If right now I got into a situation on the subway, let's say, much like Daniel Neely, Daniel Penny. Much like Daniel Penny, okay? If I got into that situation, I wouldn't try to restrain the guy. I'd kill him. I'd kill him. Because the longer I've got to be close to him, the more my life is in jeopardy. And I don't want my life in jeopardy, so I kill him. That's the truth.
You have no choice.
However, I don't want to do it. I don't want to.
No, we're not waking up every day saying
I don't want to kill anybody. That's the truth. I don't want to hurt anybody. I don't want to hit anybody. What makes somebody wake up in the morning and decide, I'm going to shoot as many people as I can today? And, the sick part about it is it's not individual anymore.
Nope.
Now there's literally hundreds of them every day doing it. So what's different now? Just
last week I think it was in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Same thing, a ride-by shooting, right.
So now this didn't happen when I was a kid, okay?
Nope.
This didn't happen.
Nope.
I believe the kid is like 15 or something like that, if I'm right.
Yeah.
I believe he's 15.
Right, 15.
So at 15 years old, no one I knew or in the newspaper was
riding around shooting people.
Okay? Huh. But you know why? Because if we did it, we got put away, and we knew we weren't going to see the light of day again.
Oh, man, imagine 25 years they give you.
That's the difference, okay? There's only one thing that's going to, put you away from the idea of killing somebody.
Right, it's tough for
and
laws.
That's knowing you're going to lose your life, too. Okay, that's the way it is.
And we can thank Governor Cuomo for that. And now we can thank...
You can even go back a little further than that.
You go further than that, yes.
Go back to de Blasio.
De Blasio, I was just about to say de Blasio, you got Dinkins.
Yeah.
We could go back.
Yeah.
And this is what we're trying to tell you people for 2024. When you vote, these are the people you have to think about and other people that will try to save your city.
Right now, our city is a lot like
Iraq.
A lot like a junkie. Okay, let me.
Oh my
this
God,
way.
it's a drug den.
No, I'm going to use like a little
It's a drug den.
a little comparison right now. So right now our city is like a junkie, okay? And instead of us taking that junkie to a room and closing him in a room and getting him off the junk,
We got more.
what we're doing now is we're giving him an easier way to get the junk.
Yeah, crack machines, right?
Right, exactly. So
Vending machines.
that should tell you that our administration is going in the wrong direction.
Off the walls.
Okay, I agree with helping these people, but you got to help them if they're willing to commit to the idea of being helped.
Helped, right.
To give somebody, okay, I said it in the past, they have these kiosks where they sell crack pipes, lip balm, and something else, okay? And they really believe that these drug addicts are going to have the honorability to go there with a quarter and put a quarter in the machine to get a fresh crack pipe.
A vending machine when we used to get candy, sodas, Snapple.
What they're going to do is they're going to break the machine open, steal all the crack pipes, steal all the condoms, steal all the lip balm, and sell it. That's what they're going to do. They're crackheads. What do you expect them to do?
Smart thinking, Adams. Right?
You know, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. Okay, and that's what they're doing. They just keep placating to these things.
That's placating, right?
What they have to do, what they have to do right now with like drug addicts in that situation is help them, but they have to commit to being helped. And if they're not willing to commit to being helped, then let them be on their way and let them get arrested like they should be. But
they'll find, right, they'll get better.
No, really,
right.
I'll tell you,
right.
I have a lot of friends who had a lot of drug problems, and the ones that went to jail, I'm not kidding when I say this,
they came out
and led a good life. Okay, that's the truth. Okay,
because they know they'll go back again.
They don't want to go back again. Plus, jail gave them time to dry out
and think.
They had no choice.
Right. Yeah, that's another thing. When you go, that's another smart thing. When you do go to jail, you can't do drugs.
You can't do drugs. I mean, so you got to dry out. It's that simple.
There you go.
So,
but you say right, like so. Well, we got, like you said, these dumbasses today are giving vending machines.
Well, what we really do,
we
really should have, to be honest with you, is separated prisons, and by that I mean each prison. No, really, each prison should have. Like we should have 4 categories, let's say, prisons, all right?
Shit. That's a good one.
No. Anyway, so we should have like 4 categories of prisons. So the first prison is for your minor stuff. You know what I mean?
I like that.
Your minor altercations, your minor, like whatever makes a felony, but barely. Let's put it that way.
Right.
So you're not putting like a nickel bag dealer in with a rapist or something like that. Right. Exactly. Then your next type of prison would be sexual crimes. Okay, keep them separate from everybody else.
That's right.
It's not that I care about their safety, but they really do have the right to be safe. Okay.
Right. We don't care about their safety.
I don't care about it personally. They
what's right is right.
If you're willing to be a sex criminal, then you deserve what you get. But you do deserve the right to listen. If we're taking your well-being if we're taking you into our
society?
No, like under our care.
Oh, okay.
And by taking you into the prison society, we have to take care of you because you can't do it yourself. So you deserve to be at least somewhat safe.
Right.
So
and suffer at the same time.
That would be the next one would be the next tier, which would probably be, like your embezzlements and that sort of thing.
Yeah, they have their own.
And
like what we just talked about the DOE, those
right,
people.
Exactly.
They have their own little.
Right, and then the top tier would be your murderers, your
rapists.
Yeah, your multiple killings, whatever.
Right.
The real bad ones.
That should not be out in the streets at all.
And then there should be another prison altogether for just drug offenses. And by drug offense, I'm not talking about somebody who doesn't, someone who's like, doesn't use them, but they're involved, like, in trafficking or sales of it. I'm talking about the users. Okay, the ones who get caught for stealing, who get caught for whatever, using,
shoplifting or whatever.
Yeah, or with drugs on them, and they go there, and that prison is especially made to detox them and to get them back out to society.
Right.
Because their biggest problem is that they like drugs. And you just got to make it so that they don't like drugs. It's not that hard.
Instead of giving them more
Right, exactly.
Oh man.
I mean, I told you about that joke.
Holy shit.
There was some show where, like they had like $1 million. It might have been Barney Miller or some crap.
Oh yes, it
And
was
the
Barney.
guy had $1 billion and he's going, everybody's bothering me. I want to just give it away. And Barney goes, what are you talking about? He goes, I got a call from a lady the other day that her son's on drugs and they're very expensive. And that's kind of what we're doing, like.
We're just giving them more.
Yeah, and in reality, you're not saving them because eventually they're going to OD, be it through fentanyl, getting the wrong stuff, OD because it's too much, because
Right.
their body can't handle it.
Right.
When the right
Your
thing
heart's
to
gonna
do is
give
to
out.
wean them off of it. And in a jail, they can do that. In a jail, like we can even go and get really humane with drug addicts and set it up so that,
Yes.
like we have methadone, and that's a good idea. The only thing bad about it is you get more addicted to that. Then
You
that's
say
true.
you
You get more addicted to that
all
than
that
you
shit.
do to the actual,
That's a good one.
methamphetamine, heroin, whatever. But what we can do is we can have you under doctor control, and that doctor can give you a certain amount of, let's say your drug of choice is heroin, and every day you do a $50 bag of heroin, okay? $50 bag of heroin equaling out to be a half a gram, let's say. I don't even know, look, I don't do heroin, so I don't know. I'm just throwing numbers out to try to make an example. Oh, I hate this phone. These are people who they, in the worst way, they want me to take a Medicaid package. Hello?
Everything is a scam, people. Be careful out there.
Yeah.
It's a scam.
Anyway, so get back to something. So let's say every day you do a $50 bag, okay, which is a half a gram. All right, so now you go to the jail. So the first week they give you the bag at $45 instead of $50. So whatever you would do, like let's say you do a bag a day at $50, they're going to give you a bag a day at $45. The next week they're going to give you a bag a day at $40.
Good choices, right?
And really, no, the next day
No, I know.
35.
They're not too
The
smart.
next day 30. And, a week rather. By week 7, you're down to like almost nothing, and your body doesn't even know it's gone because it's going little by little.
Going on, baby. Slowly but surely.
And then by 2 months later, you should be off of it.
And that's a good point. You made a good point because they might just want that. That might be their plan to get rid of them like that slowly.
Yeah. Well, that's what you do. Like that's
because they are going slowly.
Yeah, that's what you do.
Like you said, instead of helping them get on their feet, that's a good idea, by the way. Jails, because then they come detox. Maybe get them jobs and help the ones that want to get help.
Well, it's funny because
come on.
Once they get off of it, they're the ones who want to help.
Right.
They want to become counselors. They want to become because they know it. They know what everybody else.
Right. They might see a better light. They might see a better light. You're right. But we will never know because we keep adding vending machines.
Insane. Oh,
shit.
This. So yesterday, I go to the store. This is fantastic. So yesterday, I go to the store. I walk out of my building and I look, and the whole block is taped off. Yeah, I didn't even tell you about this. This is new to him also.
Yeah.
So the whole block is taped off. I'm like, what's going on? There's like 70 police officers around my block. Maybe 12 cars plus emergency services and all of that.
Holy shit.
So I'm walking, I'm like, what's going on? I don't want to bother the police because they're all like, dead.
Sure.
So I see this one officer who's like kind of out of the way and he's doing more traffic stuff. So I go, dude, what's going on? So he goes, suspicious package somebody reported in the building. Somebody reported a bomb threat in my building.
In here?
Yeah.
Oh.
In the 3 buildings. So they closed off all 3 buildings. They had canines. It was insane. It was absolutely insane.
Holy
they didn't
shit.
find anything. It was somebody, I guess, goofing around or whatever it was.
Oh, see, that's not good.
But that's where our society is today, okay? Is that on one little thing, the whole world has to stop for the moment. And
yeah, you're right. Everything stops.
Everything just dead stops. And I went to the store, which is right down the block for me, and they weren't going to let me back in my building. That's just crazy. I just came out. You just saw me walk out. You know what? I'm going back to the scene of the crime. What are we talking? Anyway, I'm sorry. Anyway,
that's a good one.
I just figured I'd tell you that. I just figured I'd throw that in there.
That's a good one.
We also last year around this time we had the car chase. If you look it up, it's the car chase on 2nd Avenue and 92nd.
Yes, last year.
We had a car chase, one car chasing the other. The guy pushes the one car up on the sidewalk, jumps out of his car with a gun. Runs around the other side, opens up the back door, grabs a bag, I guess had cash in it, jumps back in the other car and takes off. This was in the middle, it was a Sunday afternoon at 12 o'clock. That's where we're at right now. And this is all the administration's fault.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and this whole thing now they're talking about, they want to reduce the school hours. And this, all you're going to create is more adversity.
Right.
Because the more you give kids time, the more time they have to get in trouble.
Yeah, we were in school a lot.
When I wasn't in school, you know where I was? In school at the gym.
There you
Okay.
go. As you say, after school.
At the school gym.
We
I
went
would go to the
and
gym,
played,
play
we went and
basketball.
played basketball,
Right, exactly.
floor hockey,
Floor hockey, right, exactly.
volleyball, you
Exactly.
name it, we did it.
Yep.
But now, real quick, speaking of what you just said, talking about like the homeless, all that, I want to bring up about the homeless jumped up 18% under Adams and Hochul in New York City. 4,442 are sleeping in the subways. Take a bike, people.
Well, you know,
Get a bike.
You know what? No, I'm gonna. Yeah, really, seriously. So you don't go down to the subways, really.
I got a bike.
Yeah,
you got a bike.
I've been so far. I can be honest that.
No, Mom, I'm sorry. I take the ferry from Long Island City to here and back, riding to the ferry.
Yep.
You know why? It's safer.
Well,
Much safer.
I can tell you out of the last 10 trips on the subway,
That's the statistics. I'm sorry. You bring it up.
4 out of 10, so it's leaving 6, had issues with people acting up or acting
Yeah, on the
like
subways.
a lunatic and whatever.
Sure.
So I definitely concur with them. I agree that it's something that you really should do is get a bike, and you'll also feel better. You'll exercise.
Listen, you got your freedom.
Okay,
I ride with the speaker, music. People see me. I come by the job. People, you see me.
So what else? Let's see.
But there's your in New York City. So what we're trying to bring you is in 2024, when we have to vote, we can't have any of these people no more because you will not have New York City. I just told you, 18% more.
If your
more, not
your
less.
candidate knows the word woke, don't vote for him, please.
Right, there you go.
Okay, we got to stop this. First off, I'm going to put it really, really simple.
You're not safe out there in the streets.
Well, the world is meant to run a certain way. Okay, it's very simple. It's so easy. Life should be so easy. Okay.
Should be.
And
but we got dumbasses who make it hard.
The problem is that people want to go against nature. Okay. And that's listen.
That's a no-no.
You can individually go against nature, and that's okay. So in other words, if you're a guy and you want to dress as a girl, go right ahead.
Knock yourself out.
If you're a girl and want to dress as a guy, go right ahead.
Right.
If you're a guy and you want to dress like a tree, go right ahead. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, really.
The problem is
you want to wear 2 different shoes?
Well, the problem is when you try to make
out.
that the correct way when it's not. Okay? By that I mean trying to have men and women compete with each other. It's not fair, no matter how you look at it.
No, we went through
And
that, yes.
so to make that categorically demanded, okay, so in other words, like you have to be in that category. In other words, if you wear a dress and a wig, or even if you don't, because I've seen some guys that just simply put on a sports bra,
Yeah, they just put on a dress or something.
I'm a girl, and you're not, okay? So that's
your chromosomes, remember, people.
That's a categoric inclusion, okay? And that's not really correct. So nature by itself can't be screwed with. You can turn around individually and say, this is how I want to be addressed.
Right.
But you can't include everybody else with that because you don't have the what's the word? The importance of taking somebody else's life into your hands. So, example being, when you have a female boxer get into the boxing room with a male transgendered female, male to female, that woman is taking
taking a beating.
She's taking her life into her hands. And if you want perfectly, first off, there really was already a broken neck and a death by a blow to the head.
Broken jaw, right?
Yeah, but
broken jaw.
Think of it like this: there was a volleyball player who got a concussive trauma, who got concussive trauma to her brain, and wrecked the back of her neck, and she can't play volleyball anymore because a ball was spiked at her by a transgender. Now that's someone just like slapping a ball. We're not talking about somebody taking their fist and ramming.
Now, can you imagine if somebody slapping a ball like that, you get injured just from
imagine
getting hit by a ball?
Imagine what a fist would do.
And a kick.
So
about your leg kick.
So to turn around and say categorically we have to accept you as a woman because you call yourself one.
We don't.
That's wrong. I'll accept you as a woman, okay?
As long as you be.
But I can't put you into other categories with actual women.
Real women. That's
the difference, okay? So again, we get to that categoric aspect. So I can accept you and call you, Paula instead of Paul. I have no
Right.
problem with that, okay?
Right.
But I
You want to
can't
call
put you
Jane?
in.
No problem.
Right, I can't put you in against.
Mary, whatever
There's,
you like.
there's a really great, UFC fighter,
Yes.
a female. Her
Yes.
name's Erin Blanchfield. Guys,
Oh, I know her.
she's really
Yes.
good. If you get a chance,
Very good.
check her out.
Very good.
She's phenomenal. She really is. Now, as good as she is, and she is good. She's good that I would put her up against most men.
Yeah, I was
her
just going
size.
to
I'm
say, she
not
could kick
saying-
some men's ass.
She probably could. But
I know mine.
But that would be a different story than her putting her title up against a man.
Right.
It's not fair. And that man cannot go into that category.
Should not be allowed.
You can imagine you belong in that category, and people can treat you like you belong in that category.
But you don't belong.
But you don't. You
Mm,
don't. It's
you
just,
don't belong.
sorry, it's just the way it is. So
Excuse me.
that's kind of what I mean by that categoric assessment, you know. And that's kind of where we're screwing up a little bit.
Yeah. Yo,
We're trying
everybody's
to
going nuts.
Yeah, we're trying to turn around and say these are the new laws of nature. And nature already has its laws. And unlike the United States, it doesn't need Congress to change them.
No.
Okay?
No.
So, laws are laws. You're never going to be able to walk on your ceiling. It's just the laws of gravity say that. No, I'm sorry.
Hey, don't listen to Lionel Richie dancing on the
Yeah.
ceiling.
The laws of physics apply.
You're not dancing on the ceiling.
To quote my cousin Vinny,
Oh, go on.
does breakfast cook on your stove faster than anywhere on
Well,
the face of the earth? Does the laws of physics
Your grits.
need to exist on your stove? So
you got the fastest cooking grits.
These are just laws that
Oh,
always
shit.
apply. Okay, there's no way around it.
Yeah, it's really silly. And there's gentlemen out there and women who have young girls growing up, and you definitely don't want that. So
Absolutely not.
you definitely don't want that. And there's another thing I have to bring up that really just
I
recently.
know, I'm sorry.
No, I just heard.
We just smoked a joint, so we were a little buzzed.
And Buzz, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Much language.
Sorry, excuse me.
Get
You're
YouTube
right.
strike.
That's right. I'm very sorry. But anybody with TikTok, please
Get rid of it.
get rid. There you go. Just more TikTok challenges. People are dying.
It's not even that. You should.
They just
I
jumped
agree
off
with
a
them.
boat. Somebody
Yeah,
just
I
jumped
know.
off a boat while
You know
they're
what
moving.
Yeah, as fast as you can. So what
Please,
they do?
people.
No, listen how stupid this is. Again, I'm going to get to the law of physics here because the physics.
Please.
Again, hold on. The law of physics applies here. Okay,
Just don't
understand
do
that.
it.
So they get the boat going as fast as you can, and then they dive off of the back.
Right into the motor.
No, that's not what does it. Listen to what
I
happens.
know, but check it out. Right
Yeah,
there.
no.
Whoa.
They get swirled around and this,
Yeah.
and all of that. But
Oh, yeah,
what kills them, listen to this, is the water. Because of the way the boat,
Yeah,
really, because
I
of the
know.
way the boat's moving and the way you're going, it makes the water as hard as concrete, and you break your neck or you break your back.
Oh,
And
yeah,
you
if
die.
everybody try diving off a boat without
It's-
going that fast.
I mean,
You'll
it's
feel
just some of the dumbest. I don't understand people, and this is what I mean by
Right.
woke crap.
Right.
Okay,
These are
there's
woke
nothing
people.
woke that's good for you. Nothing. Believe me, I'm not saying that.
I mean, so what I'm saying is that anybody out there with children, please talk to them and let them know about TikTok or get rid of it.
Yeah, just get
Too
rid of
many
it.
young kids are dying.
First
Not
off-
just the elderly, it's
No,
young kids.
First off, get rid of it because it's
It's a lot of reasons.
so connected to your.
China.
China's the main owner of it, but I'm saying so connected to your life.
Oh,
And it's
forget
more
it,
connected.
yes.
The minute you pull that app up, it now knows your phone calls. It knows all your pictures. It knows
Everything about
banking. It knows literally everything that's in that phone. And it goes further than that and will go to your PC. It gets the connections that you have via your Wi-Fi and so forth to different appliances in your house, to different technologies, and it actually worms its way into them and gets and digs information out from them also. So it's just not a good thing. It's really a horrible thing.
Yes, it is.
And this is like really, I wish somebody would
Very
turn around.
sad.
I wish somebody would turn around and do some investigating into this guy Jamal Bowman, and also who else?
Yes, right.
And Ocasio-Cortez, and
Nancy
those
Pelosi.
that are trying to get TikTok to be kept, because I'm willing to bet that you will find China money somewhere in their account.
Oh, yeah.
I'll put money on it.
Oh, yeah. If anybody in common sense would say get rid of this TikTok, look what it's doing. I like that.
There's no reason for it. That's the funny part is, it's like taking a noose and putting your neck in a noose while standing on a chair and taking a step forward when you don't have to.
Right.
You don't have to. Or taking a gun and putting it to your head with, full bullets and pulling the trigger when you don't have to.
Just for a dare?
It's just stupid. It's just dumb. Anyway.
It's really dumb.
All right, I think I've said all I have. What you,
well, I got one more thing I have to tell you about
Go for
that's
it.
really, really sad here. Okay? If you ever seen, like, these artists, the singers and all that, now you might not like it. It doesn't matter. A lot of them are getting hit with debris now.
Oh, yeah, thrown up the stage.
I mean, one lady, a country singer, got hit with a phone.
And then Harry Styles just got
Harry
hit.
Styles got hit.
Now, here's the problem with that. Okay, so
The
again,
entertainers are getting hit with stuff.
wait, now hold it. I can't blame everybody on this, and I'll tell you why.
No,
let me tell you why, okay? Because
It's just
it
sad.
started with artists telling them to throw their phone up.
I was just about
And then
to
they
say
would
it.
take a selfie with that. They would take a selfie picture of it,
There was a rapper that
and
did
then
that.
throw it back. Oh,
That's right. There was a rapper that did that.
Yeah.
Every time
And
he's
then-
on stage, he
and
tells
then
them.
chuck it back to the
Right.
people in the audience. Well, now, instead of them handing it up over and over,
They're throwing it.
They're throwing it up there. People are getting hit with it. If you want,
The performance.
if you got 10,000 people in Madison Square Garden with phones, and they know they've got to get their phones to you in order for you to take.
Yeah.
You're gonna get hit with 10,000 phones. Don't be surprised.
It's just sad that you're on stage and you get whacked in the head. This poor girl, country singer, I don't know if I forgot her name, but she
But
got
the
whacked.
person who's at fault is the person who started it.
Who
Kept
started
it going.
Right.
That wasn't.
So I just wanted to bring that up because that's very sad.
And the
You're
funny
right.
part is the girl who got it, the person who did it, was an actual fan.
Yeah.
They weren't no sweat. It wasn't
Yes.
like you would go, oh well, maybe they just didn't like him. Maybe that's
No,
okay.
it was a fan.
But it was a fan
Right.
who wanted a picture, like selfie.
So just toss it at her. Why not? Well, she's
And then
singing,
you
but.
Yeah. But
Like
like
a
this has been
people.
going on for years at the
Yes.
baseball games. They've been throwing batteries and shit
Yes.
like that for years.
Yes. Oh,
So-
speaking of baseball games, baseball's getting dangerous. Real quick.
Yeah.
Everybody's been getting hit
Yeah.
with the balls. Now, here's the funny thing. It's not funny now, but before the cameraman, there was a cameraman who got whacked. But before him, now this is the best part. Up top, the broadcaster, it ricocheted off the thing and whacked him in the face. Now, a professional ball player, I think it was supposed to have second base. He threw it to first. He threw it over the first baseman's head, right into the cameraman's face. Yo, man, they should have nets around these people.
Well, but remember, we went through this. And my thoughts on it is, right before he released the ball,
Right, that's
he
right.
lifted his eyes just a touch
Mm-hmm.
and saw the cameraman.
Right.
So in other words, if you're looking straight ahead and the
right.
catcher's there and you go to throw it, you lift
Mhm.
it. Instead of you releasing at this point, you release
It's going
at
up.
this point.
Right. If anybody's played baseball, you've done it.
You can't help it.
You've
And
done
I
it.
bet you if you're a driver, you'll get this. You ever been driving down the street and you're looking down, you see a pothole.
Oh,
You go,
yeah.
I'm not going to drive through that. Boom, and you hit the pothole.
Yep.
Well, what happens is there's a thing. There's
right.
a thing called fixation. Okay,
Oh.
visual fixation, and what it is where you look is where you steer. Okay, it's real. I'm a motorcyclist, and this is like one of the things you learn at a very early point when you start riding. And
It's just
what
common
it is
sense,
you
people.
never look at what you don't want to hit. You look at the way you want to go. So if there's a pothole there, instead of staring at that pothole, look at the way you want to go around it, and that's the way you'll go. Okay.
But if you look right at it, you're going to hit
going
it.
right in it.
So that gentleman,
It's just not even a question.
that ball player threw it because he was looking at the cameraman. And that boy got whacked.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
he
God
just
bless
took
him.
his
He's
eye off
okay,
for a
though.
minute.
Yeah, he's okay. But the moral of the story is they should put nets around, especially when you're that low. So,
Yeah.
I mean, or give them a helmet.
Yep.
Cameraman people should wear helmets. But anyway, there you go. There's your current events. And I hope we,
Did you done?
oh, I'm done, baby.
Man,
Current
he was
events.
long-winded today, wasn't he?
I got this covered.
Jesus Christ.
I was doing my homework.
No,
Which I never done in
It
school.
was nice
before I
having a
did
little more carry in there, wasn't it? All right, guys, listen. We really, really enjoy you. And
Yes, please, more comments, views.
wait, what was your friend's name? Juliet? Is that it?
Oh, yes, Juliet.
Okay, Juliet, this is for you. It's kind of hard. I really did try to give you some controversy today. I swear. I agree with the guy. I can't help it. It's just that simple. In the future, I'll try to maybe push him a little bit or something.
We got you, though. We're going to do like my
Yeah.
brother said here, politics.
But we're taking
Current
your
events.
advice and we're doing we're going to switch it off so that this way people who don't like politics
And
don't
thank you
have
for
to
giving
watch
your
it.
advice. We
Thank you for
appreciate it.
watching. Thank you. Listen,
Right, thank
we
you.
realize we're a bunch of, we're two
And
idiots.
see you soon, my friend.
Yeah. Anyway,
Promise.
Gene, thank you so much for your
All
comments.
right,
Your comments
Roberto,
are phenomenal.
everybody, yes.
Anthony, I hope you like this one, my pal.
Anthony, thank you, my man.
Who else? I'm trying to think. EUC, sorry.
Sorry, yeah.
Sorry, I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry, sir. Okay. Anyway, we really. That's Gene. Yeah,
Gene.
Anyway, so we're out of here, guys.
We're out of here. Enjoy your day. Happy
Please
Tuesday.
keep watching. If you want us to say hi to you, just leave us a comment and we'll take you with the name.
And we're gonna hit the studio there one night this week. We'll do a song.
But one more thing I was thinking, and you let me know what you think about this. Gene actually gave me the idea. A while ago, I had spoken about stocks with dividends and using that to like pay your bills and stuff like that. If you'd like, might be able to do some sort of a financial thing where I get somebody that can talk to us a little bit about finances.
Oh,
I have a few friends who are really good at that, and they'll give you ideas of how to supplement yourself. I don't know if you're interested in that. If not, it's not a big thing. We'll just keep going the way we're going. Anyway, guys, we love you. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank
Enjoy
you
your
so
day.
much,
Be
man.
safe.
Later.